What up?
Gino said you had some words maybe for the offense kind of before that last series, just about what you guys needed to do there.
Yeah, I mean, when we brought everybody up, the biggest thing was just telling everybody to breathe, telling everybody to relax, because I think we had about three and outs in a row. And sometimes you can find yourself pressing, trying to be able to get out of the element mentally, because it's like, bro, what's going on? Like, we got to figure this out. And so just making sure, like, we reel everybody back. And, we were able to go out there, execute, and Jack scored us the winning touchdown.
What are they, when you're saying that, what's the reaction? Are they just staring at you, or are they reaction?
I mean, they looking at me, but I'm trying to make sure I don't sound stupid, because I got to remember what I'm trying to talk about. So, it seemed like everybody listened, they understood, and it wasn't like one of those moments, like I said, where we were pressing or we were out of it. The defense did a great job just keeping us in the game. Even though, the team was able to do great with their third downs on the other side, defense allowed it to be field goals and not touchdowns, and so that keeps us into the game.
In those situations, in 2 minutes ago, how big is the first play? They get the first play.
I think the first play is pretty big because it gets you in rhythm. It makes you be like, okay, now we're in it, let's go, rather than we got to try to find a play that works to be able to get us started. So, I think anybody would like 2nd and short or 2nd and 5 rather than 2nd and 10.
What's Geno Smith show you in a game like that where maybe hasn't been the best game for a couple quarters and then he goes out and makes that drive?
I think the thing that you learn with Geno is just resilience. At the end of the day, like, if we lose, then we're going to lose fighting and we're going to lose trying. We're not going to sit here and say, man, I wish I would have did this and I wish I would have did that. And so regardless of what happens, it's like, man, we rocking with you. So if it don't work out, you see the defense does a great job, field goal, like moving on. So now we still got an opportunity as an offense, and that's how the NFL works. It's not one-sided, where offensively we're doing great, but defensively isn't. It's like we got to make sure that we have each other's backs. And so I think that the defense did a great job with that. And then Geno, he led us down there, allowed us to be able to score. And, yeah, those are things that we could coach about or whatever on Monday. But when we're in the game, none of that stuff matters. It's like, how can you, forget what just happened and get back into that mindset where you're like, I'm going to keep attacking. And that's exactly what he did.
What did you feel? Did anything really change after the first few series? You scored 17 points for 3 possessions and don't score again, basically.
I think, the thing that changed is just, we had a groove and we were continuing to move on with that groove, and then it was like, something happened. Or we made a big play and then it was a flag. And so I think, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. It's hard to tell kind of like if it should have been a flag or what the case was, but we could do better at not putting ourselves in that situation. And so I think for us, we see what we can be when we hit the ground running, and then we see what we can be when we're stagnant. And like I said, defense did a great job keeping us in it. But for us as an offense, going where we want to go, we got to make sure that we play 4 full quarters.
What do you make of what Bobo is doing? Comes in here as an undrafted rookie with the 40 time that got all the attention, and now he's being a big contributor for you guys?
Man, Bobo's taking advantage of his opportunities. He's doing everything the coaches is asking him to do and more, and that's what you want to be able to see in a rookie. Like I said, he treats himself mentally. You would think he was a vet when you just watch him, because he's like one of the last ones to lead a facility. He's always in there taking care of his body. And honestly, that's something that's hard to be able to understand when you're a young guy, because when you're young, you can just go out there and run. You don't even need to stretch. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's funny because now I'm 31 and I'm like, ooh, I need to go do some treatment just before I go practice. But, for him, he's already doing it. He's doing whatever it takes to mentally get right, physically get right. He's catching jugs. He's doing everything that you would want to see a receiver do, and I'm glad that it's paying off for him and it's working out.
You mentioned your age and whatever there, but you've been on the injury report the last couple of weeks, questionable and stuff like that. Is this a tough stretch for you right now at all, or with whatever you're dealing with? Or?
No, I just think that, they've been doing a good job taking care of me and stuff like that. And for me, it's just trying to make sure that I do the things that I need to do essentially to make sure that I'm right. And so, shout out to our shout out to our athletic training staff. They do a great job. They have great plans for us. And a lot of it is just being conservative, making sure that I'm good, stuff like that. It's not really like nothing crazy going on, you know what I mean? But, they do a great job in making sure that I'm still available and still able to come out here and play.
You mentioned doing that at 31. Can you imagine being in the trenches at 41?
That's another story. 41 years old, still in the trenches, still playing at a high level, he can have that.
Anything else?
All right. Well, I'll see y'all later. I'm about to take my little boo thing out.